Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. I think probably it's even a bad idea to call them mistakes. I think it's the whole experience of filmmaking as a journey itself. This should be counted as the life experience, not really as a mistake as I call them. But they could have been avoided if I had someone could have explained to me this way of doing business and staying creative and consistent. So I have 3 things that I think you should learn, and so you can avoid going through the same mistake as I did. Number 1 is the camera. As we know, filmmakers, sometimes we get carried out with the new camera, the reset camera. I did the same mistakes long ago. I think it was 2016. I bought the Blackmagic, the original, the small Blackmagic Pocket. I didn't even know how to use DSLR. I didn't even know how to operate the camera. I just went for it because I had the money and I heard that Blackmagic is the best camera and I bought it. My client never asked for it. I never had an experience of shooting images and trying to tell the difference between the Blackmagic and the Canon DSLRs like the 5D Mark II. I didn't know all these differences, all the dynamic range. I didn't know all these little details that as a cinematographer should care when they are about to buy a new camera. But I just went for it just because I heard that it was a good camera and it was very well praised. I bought it. On the long run, I had a very tough experience because the camera needed a lot of accessories and I didn't have the money to buy those accessories. I went through hell to go just for one day outside to film a 1-minute video. And through that, it's demoralized me. I couldn't even wake up and say, I'm a filmmaker, I'm going to shoot a vlog, or I'm going to film a creative spec. No, it was always a hassle when I wanted to do something. So the camera itself became a burden, not alone that me not knowing how to use it. Of course, I shot a few projects. I shot a TV series, pilot episodes. I shot some music videos with it. But still, it was not very comfortable to use. So I regret a lot why I didn't know the best way to invest my money, especially when it comes to camera. I see nowadays there's a lot of advertisements when new cameras come out. YouTubers get paid for that kind of jobs. They get paid to talk about products. They get paid. Even I heard that some YouTubers get scripts from companies on how to advertise the product because they get paid a lot of money for it. So it's up to us as audience. When you watch, you should really ask yourself a few questions. Do I really need it? If you do client's job, did my client ask for this camera? In my experience, when I had a Blackmagic, when clients tell me that, what camera do you have? I say, I have a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. They say, a black what? Like they didn't know about the camera. It's just me was big-headed trying to run and grab the camera and trying to impress the client or impress myself. So ask yourself if you really need the product. That's number 1. Number 2 is why you want to upgrade. If you have already the camera, why you want to upgrade for it? Is this a dynamic range? Is this the ergonomic of the camera? Is it the fancy that they say if you have this camera you're gonna look more professional? I don't know a client that look for a filmmaker who looks professional than the work itself. When you have jobs that speak for you, you do less talking, man. You cannot hire Floyd Mayweather or Mike Tyson says, I want to see your muscles. You see what they do on the ring, whether they have muscle or they don't have muscles. You know what they're capable of. My second mistake that I made when I was starting filmmaking was buying a car. Because I had few jobs and I thought, buying a SUV, maybe I'm going to be traveling a lot. I'm going to need to carry my equipment because I had a bike before. So, carrying camera equipment and the stands in the motorbike is not an ideal. So I bought a car. It's not a bad thing, but the car turned to be more expensive because it needed maintenances, it needed gas. I end up feeding the car than buying other stuff for my film production business. So the car was a second hand. So second hand, it's not new, so it still need a lot of fixing and every month. And I saw myself not using the car for what I was supposed to be using for. I ended up just going to the beach, taking friends to parties, going with friends to have fun, and the whole purpose of filmmaking business slowly vanished. And every time when I had money, I was thinking about buying the new wheels, fix the window, I need to do this, do that, and the whole year I end up taking care of the car instead of taking care of myself and the business itself. So I should have really articulated in myself that this car really is something that I need now, because I didn't have frequent jobs that I was traveling all the time with equipment. Most of the jobs that I was going to do, I had the company or a client was already having the vans for equipment and all these things. So it's just me who was tired, maybe riding a motorbike and the public transport. I just needed a car for myself, and I write to myself that I needed a car for a business, and the car was very consuming. So something like this, I should have thought clearly that, do I have a lot of equipment to carry all this equipment in this SUV? Because I was pretty much doing everything in a motorbike and everything was fine. So of course there's a pro and cons to using a motorbike to drive across the city when it's raining. You have a camera. I had a Pelican case. I could still do it really if I really wanted, but just I was so eager to go to have a car, and the car became more expensive than I expected, and that I always look back and thought, that was a big mistake. Hey my friend, do me a favor, subscribe if you didn't. This YouTube thing is super hard. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I need your help to keep going, because I feel like having a YouTube channel as a filmmaker is a little community that I can talk to every day, and it makes me happy and inspired. So my third experience or lesson that I learned was waiting for opportunities. I was pretty much relaxed because I live in the city that there was not so many filmmakers, and I'm kind of like one of the professional filmmakers in my city. So I was getting jobs now and then, calls all the time. Sometimes I could get calls from one job into another job, and sometimes I turned down jobs because I wasn't committed to another project. And this kind of like made me a bit relaxed, and all the time expecting to get jobs. Even I could be months without work, I could still sitting down and relaxed, eating on my pension, eating on my pension. Expecting like, next month I'm gonna get another job, and a few months will pass and without a job, and I still had this mentality of saying, I'm gonna keep waiting. You know, I know people. Yes, I know everyone in the city. I know everyone and who has a production company, but the stupidity mentality of waiting, it's kind of like killed the spirit and demoralizing. And there's sometimes you may start even blaming people, like why they don't call me. There are some clients people you're expecting that they should give you a call, and all of a sudden you see them, they're on set filming without you, and you see them filming without you for so many reasons. Maybe the budget, they cannot hire people, or the project it was suddenly they thought professionally they cannot call you in that short notice, or for many reasons, or they just didn't want to call you, and you start taking things personal, and you feel depressed, and you have some grudges in yourself. And instead of picking up a camera and says, okay, now I'm not busy, I'm gonna go and shoot a music video for my friend, or I love comedies, or I could have just said, I have this 1 minute script, I wanna go and shoot some comedy sketch, and I just took it for granted. I was waiting for so long, and in these few years I just woke up and I thought, oh shit, time pass. If you wait for opportunities to come, they really don't come that often. And at the same time, I had my passion script and I had my passion projects that I really wish to do some days. I don't know why I was keep waiting, and just all of a sudden I feel like there was the bell rang in my head, say, okay, get up man and start doing things for yourself. So that's why in these few years I've been producing projects, self-funded. I shot a TV series with 17 episodes. I wrote it myself and shot it myself. Last year, July, I finished the feature film that now, this next week, I'm going to screen it here in Spain. I shot a feature film, it's called Lost and Found. It's 1 hour feature film with a self-funded, directed myself, I wrote it myself, I shot it myself, edited it myself, color graded it myself. A lot of work. I don't advise you to do the same. I think you can do things that you think you're capable. I do all these things because I was traveling between country to countries, between Tanzania and Spain, so I don't have a lot of filmmaker base here in Spain that can help me to do other work. So, and I had a plenty of time, and so I just did it myself. But I don't think I have to do everything myself. I have a very good friends that they could help me editing or color grading. It's good to wake up and to do things that you can, especially filming, which both me and you we love. I know you clicked this video because you are a filmmaker. I'm sure you can point a phone in a subject and film something. So that's more than my encouragement to you, that if you have some sort of knowledge in filmmaking, just start doing something that you think you are capable of doing. Some people, they don't know how to film or do anything, but they are capable of organizing a team. Like, they are very good at inspiring and getting together a crew and make things happen. You can do that. Like, call a camera person, call a cinematographer, call a script writer, says, come on man, write this story you told me before, and you can put all them together and come up with a project, and you add something on your resume. Like, I'm a producer. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. Comment below of your things that you learn in the process. Probably that will help me also not to make again more mistakes. Adios.